Hi. There was a delay. I saw your comment before I was even all the way on. Hi. I know I'm late. I forgot to charge my iPad. Hope it doesn't die. Hi. We also don't have a movie already set for today. Our last set movie was last week. Hi, Owen. Hi, Queen. Hi. Hi, Just Nickel. Hi, the boy in blue. We don't have one. We don't have one that we've decided on. Hi. Hi, Daya. Hi, Michelle's daughter. This is our first live stream of the new year. Hi. Hi, Kenneth. Hi, I'm doing good. Hi, Trey. Hi, Alexia. Hi, James. Hi, everybody. We don't have a movie. Do you guys want to make suggestions? Happy New Year. Hi. I'm eating some waffles. That's all. Just some regular toast. Put them in the toaster. Oh man, Ring. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Is it available somewhere, Ebony? Is it on Netflix or something? Hi. Hi, Titus. Hi. Hi, Joe. Kenneth said Bebe's Kids. Black Lightning. Something on the Blaxploitation list. Oh, you got the DVD. No. Ha! I don't want to watch Set It Off. I don't feel like being depressed right now. I just saw Parasite last night. I need to watch something lighthearted. Yeah, something light and funny. Yes. Hi, Yaba. Hi, Raise the Cranium Girl. Yeah, it's Korean. It's not even, I don't even know if, it's not really horror. It's kind of like a thriller. But it was a lot. It was intense. Even though there were some changes that I would have made. It's really not scary. It's kind of like being marketed as like a horror movie, but it's not really. It's just like, there's like some blood and stuff, but it's more, I would say it's more of like a thriller. The themes are horrifying. Bebe's Kids. And I recognize the lead. One of the leads was in Snowpiercer. It's the same director that did Snowpiercer. So it's kind of like a thriller. I was like, hey, why does this dude look so familiar? I was like, do I watch that much Korean cinema? But then I Googled him, and he was in Snowpiercer. But I mean, I guess I did also really enjoy The Handmaiden. I do watch some Korean cinema. They're very emotionally intense. What is Sweetheart? Korean movie, yeah. I agree. New Year, not trying to be sad. Hi, Lady China. You should see it. I saw over the last week, I saw three movies. Getting ahead of my thoughts. I saw 3 movies that I've been meaning to see for a while. I saw Knives Out. I saw Ford versus Ferrari. And I saw Parasite. And you know, out of all 3 of those movies, I liked Ford versus Ferrari the best. And I thought that it was going to be the worst one out of all of them. Oh, we could do Into the Spiderverse. We haven't done Into the Spiderverse, have we, for Bees Bait? We haven't done Into the Spider-Verse for Bees Big, have we? No? I could always watch that. I like that movie. Baby's Kids could be fun. I kind of want to do Into the Spider-Verse though now. Hi, Mar. Somebody said The Wood. House Party 3 with Bernie Mac. Baby's Kids for something light. Barbershop, The Next Cut, Class Act. Hi, Too Black for You. I'm eating waffles, Mar. Hi, Atari. I missed you. I thought Barbershop 3 was cute too. I haven't seen Barbershop 3. I'd be down. Barbershop Next Cut is a good one. I heard a lot of people say Parasite is a must watch. The Wailing is long and a lot. Class Act, Barbershop Next Cut. Oh, you saw Star Wars? Oh, no, we haven't. Okay, let's do Spider-Verse. Let's do Spider-Verse, and then next week, if y'all want... Hi, Gary! Okay, let's do Into the Spider-Verse, which is on Netflix. And then next week, we can do Barbershop 3 if you guys want. Because I liked Barbershop 3 too. And I haven't seen it in a while. And I thought it was cute. But Into the Spider-Verse, I feel like that's a good one. We can watch that. We haven't done that one for Netflix. Let me open it up. I've watched this movie a bunch of times. I saw it like 3 times in a theater. I really did enjoy it. I've already watched it like 5 times since they put it on Netflix. Oh, you haven't seen it? Alexia, you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse? Some of y'all haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse? Oh, okay, well, let's definitely do that one. And then next week, we can do Barbershop 3. Happy New Year, Gary. Happy New Year, everyone. I vote Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse. Are you back, Ebony? How was New Orleans? How was the weather? Was it chilly? Ebony went to New Orleans for New Year's, you guys. Parasite was like 2 hours and 12 minutes. Rizzy Crandom girl. Yay, Spider-Verse. Oh no. That sucks, Mar. Hi, David. Haven't seen it? Let's go, Julian. Okay. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You're back. Oh, came back yesterday. Y'all are into it for a treat. Spider-Verse deserves all the things. Miles should have been in the MCU instead of Peter. I concur. Well, I'm ready whenever you guys are. Because, Into the Spider-Verse is on Netflix. So, 50 Shades of Black. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. I agree, Trey. Trey said I love NOLA. There's something magical about it. I agree. I went by myself years ago and had like the most amazing time. Happy New Year and first Bees Bake of the decade. The weather was love. It was like 50 degrees. I was like, oh, this is nice. 50 degrees in NOLA sounds like heaven. Facts, they really did just pick parts of Miles' arc and slap them on Tom Holland. I know the best friend of Tom Holland, the Asian, is from Into the Spider-Verse. And it's from Miles. And they have him in Into the Spider-Verse, which is kind of funny. Frozen, I did not make them die. They were frozen. Ego put them in the toaster. I used to have a bomb-ass waffle maker. And I'm 90% sure my college roommate stole it. Like, I'm pretty sure she took it. But I used to make, like, amazing waffles from scratch. It's your birthday! Happy birthday, David! Happy birthday! Louisiana is awesome. Oh, Gary. I recommend Ford versus Ferrari. Gary says, Seren, do you recommend Ford versus Ferrari? I was contemplating seeing it, but I saw Knives Out instead, which I loved. I liked Knives Out. I thought the set design was really good. Well, I had some issues with Knives Out, but I thought the set design was really good. I recommend Ford versus Ferrari, though. I liked Ford versus Ferrari more than Knives Out. Even though, like, Knives Out was okay, but I kind of felt like, I don't know, I like murder mysteries. And people are really acting like Knives Out is like the best murder mystery they've ever seen. For example, I liked Murder on the Orient Express more than Knives Out in terms of like a good murder mystery. I didn't really think the murder mystery aspect of it was that good. But I don't know. I know like Ryan Johnson directed Knives Out and that's his thing. Like I'm gonna like subverting expectations. So maybe he did that on purpose of like it's a murder mystery, but it's not. But like nigga, I wanted a murder mystery. I wanted a real murder mystery. No, Knives Out is a murder mystery. Knives Out is a murder mystery. They're trying to figure out who killed the grandpa. And I kind of felt like the cast was underused. Like they really put the majority of the focus on the girl, the Spanish girl. And I was like, I mean, I guess, but you guys have like a great cast. We're watching Into the Spiderverse, Patty, on Netflix. They had like a really good cast. Like General Zod was in it, and Toni Collette was in it, and I don't know. I thought they were gonna do more with Knives Out, but it was fine. But Ford versus Ferrari is about cars. It's about like Ford is trying to like build this racing car, and they hire Christian Bale to help them build it and to be like the chief test driver, but they don't really like Christian Bale all that much. So they don't really listen to him, and everything is this fight. Everything is this like back and forth fight between like Christian Bale and like Matt Damon, who I hate. Christian Bale and Matt Damon and like the suits. Everything is just like back and forth. But I like sports movies, and I like race car movies. So, and I like the depiction of like the suits, like the corporate assholes, because I was like, that's exactly how they are. I liked it. I appreciated it. Parasite was good too. If I had to rate Parasite, Knives Out, and Ford and Ferrari versus Ferrari, I'd probably have Ford versus Ferrari, Parasite, Knives Out, in that order. 1, 2, 3. Christian Bale was great in Ford versus Ferrari. He was great, and the cars were great, and like the race scenes, and the scenes where he's like driving the car and he's like talking to the car. But that's, I like sports movies. If you're not into sports movies, it's probably not for you. Capricorn season. They basically took from Miles and gave to Peter. Like, why? Yeah, them same college roommates, Queen. The ones that I've talked about numerous times on here. Same ones that was sticking gum on the bathroom. I'm very happy that I don't have to live with those people no more. I made waffles with pancake batter. Maybe waffles have their own batter, but I use pancake batter. A Sazerac? Is that Sazerac? Is that how you pronounce it? Sazerac drink? My Dollar Tree waffle maker held it down for about 6 years. Got me through a lot in undergrad. Ford versus Ferrari as a murder mystery would have been a twist. Haven't been to NOLA since the family reunion when I was like 8. Even though I really don't like waffles, my sister makes some good waffles with the waffle maker. Don't start yet. I need to set up. All right, let me know when you guys are ready. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse on Netflix. My friend saw that movie, Nicole, Spies in Disguise. She said, anyone seen the Will Smith animated film where he's a spy? My friend took her son to go see it. She thought it was funny. They put the whole first 5 minutes on Will Smith's YouTube channel. I am mad at you. Hustle that Dollar Tree waffle maker. Hi, Marcus. I remember liking NOLA as a kid. My grandma's people are from there in Shreveport. I didn't see Captain Marvel. I don't know anyone that's in it except Brie Larson. Matt Damon is very one note. Oh, you saw Rush, the car movie? Yeah, I wanted to see that, but I felt like it was here and gone. Oh, and I missed it. You liked it? Oh, I'm gonna have to catch it. I saw Rush with Thor. It was really good. It didn't get much press. Yeah, I only saw like one trailer for it. I did want to see it though. I thought it looked really interesting. Oh, my computer's unplugged. Hold on. Well, I guess it's fine. Car racing is a sport. Really haven't been up on movies lately. Oh, you watched Zombieland 2? It looked ass. Recently watched Zombieland 2. It was cheeks. There was no need for a second one. That was just like pure money grubbing. Pure money grubbing. I hate actual sports and live sports, but I love sports movies and some fictional sports shows. It's like they take all the good stuff and they just like put it in the movie and they leave out all the boring stuff. You talking about the roommates. Them nasty bitches. Please, it's too early in the decade to rehash these nasty roommates. We don't have to. That's in the past. That's in the past. I want to know why they're coming out with another Grudge movie. Like, I don't want to be traumatized all over again. I heard that movie was shit, though. Oh, Matt Damon. Owen, you liked him as Jason Bourne. If there was anyone who could bring the books to life, he did it best. You ready? Raise the Crane Girls ready. Oh, whiskey, lemon bitters, and absinthe. Oh, I like absinthe. Hi, Van Shoes. Lacey. That drink was love, but I was doing a bar crawl on an empty stomach. I liked Ford versus Ferrari. It was really interesting. I did like it. And the ending was super fucked up. And it's like based on a real story. Like a lot of that stuff really I won't say all, but a lot of that stuff really happened. The ending of the movie, there is a twist. And it happened in real life. Hi, Chris Vine. It was good. I like Thor. I don't like his brother, Gale, but Thor's alright. It was really good. Hemsworth really acted in that. What advice would you give for people who are considering moving to New York? You know, I saw you ask this question, but I haven't been on Discord. I really enjoyed living uptown. I liked living in Harlem. I liked living in Washington Heights. I don't know how affordable it still is, but I liked living in Manhattan. I know people always say like Brooklyn and stuff like that, but I enjoyed living in Manhattan. And I did want to say that. I meant to say that. Captain Marvel was good for Sam Jack. He was the second star throughout the movie and her black best friend. Zombieland 2 felt so unnecessary. You like anime sports, but could care less about real life sports. They take the best stuff in the drama. Sam Jack was the best part. Everybody's ready? Absinthe is good. Let's start. If you drink too much of it, though, you will hallucinate. Let's start. Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. Y'all are ready. Am I plugged in? I'm not. Hold on. Let me plug in. So we can start. Okay. Play. Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. Happy 2020, Chris. Captain Marvel is trash. I mean, I'm biased because I hate the character, but that movie was not good. I really like the opening and closing credits in this movie, too. Ha! Too early in the year? Okay, we'll hold off. No cheese and crackers and raisins for the new year just yet. The only sports-related things I watch are sports animes. Otherwise, I have zero interest. Did you watch Alita Battle Angel, Daya? Or any of you guys? Did you guys watch Alita Battle Angel? I enjoy watching all kind of sports except golf and hockey. Oh, Cash App. That's the Cash App. Cash App. Seren Sensei. Speaking of sports, y'all ready for the Summer Olympics? No. Oh, it tastes good. Come on, and it's green. The visuals are awesome for this movie. Sam Jack was awesome in Captain Marvel. She, of course, was boring. Yes, it's delicious. Extra sharp cheddar cheese with some Ritz crackers and some raisins is the perfect snack. You guys don't know what you're missing. I want this Spider-Man Christmas album. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Spider-Man always gets back up. It's delicious. You should try it. Mar and Ebony. Is me. There's actually several Spider-Man. And you're looking at him. You know what's funny about Captain Marvel? They put all this promo into a character who's going to give Rogue her powers, and Rogue is a better character. Cheese, crackers, and raisins. It's delicious. I'm a wreck. Oh, he like did the little... He's going in. This is his favorite song. The music in this movie is loud. Alita Battle Angel was different. Mahershala Ali was good. The animation was good. What's his name from Django and Inglourious Basterds? Christoph Waltz. He was good. I don't know if I would say the movie was good. It kind of, I don't know, it was weird. It was one of those movies where they're obviously setting up for a sequel. And I hate those kind of movies. Like, give me a complete movie, please. Don't just, like, give me half a story. Because what if you don't get a sequel? Oh, thank you, Jess Nickel. Super chat. Oh, timestamp. It just started. He's putting the stickers everywhere. I'm about 4 minutes in, 4 minutes, 17 seconds in. He just tripped and fell in the street in front of his dad. And now his dad's giving him a ride. And this is like so embarrassing. Yeah, Miles is Afro Latino. Miles Morales. Foam party? Yo, his dad is such a hater. Dad, you're old. Is it a coffee shop or a disco? Hi, Diddly Gamer. Talking about Alita Battle Angel. Haven't seen it, but I heard it was pretty good, and there was some nerd war about it. It's green and delicious. I'm helping my sister look for a new spot right now. The market is surprisingly okay. For New York, at least. Try to avoid using a broker. And if a spot fits your liking budget, you gotta jump. I second that. If you find some place that you like, you have to make make an offer that you like and it's in your budget. Be like, I'll take it right now. Like, don't be like, okay, give me some time to think about it. No, because like the next person that sees it after you will take it. That's true. I want to be at a normal school amongst the people. I do want to watch Alita Battle Angel. Can't find it though. I saw it in the theater. Hi, Leah. You don't. We're watching Into the Spiderverse on Netflix. I do partake in the Thin Mints, Ebony. The Spider-Man Christmas album is hilarious. I want to hear it. I'm sure you could buy it. Oh, and I see your super chat, Nicole. Miles is so cute. Look at his hair. He's so cute singing this song. Oh my gosh, every time I see this part, I'll be like, I can't believe he embarrassed Miles like this. Dad, I love you. Dad, I love you. Oh, that's a copy. Tie your shoes, please. I love you, Dad. Sam Jackson and her black best friend were the only good things about that movie. Absinthe is legal on a state-by-state basis. I didn't see It Chapter 2. I'm aware it's a choice. Wait, you miss me? Christoph Waltz is a distinct sounding human. He's such a dad. Yeah, his dad's a cop. It Chapter 1 and 2 was really scary. I did see Chapter 1. I want to see Alita Battle Angel. Who is his dad? Who is his dad's voice? I'm looking to move in August, September. I want to live by myself. Okay with being in a studio. Yeah, you got to be aggressive. The design of Alita looked a little off-putting somehow when I first saw the trailer. I think it's because, like, her eyes were really big. I know people kept saying shit about her eyes, like, and her design, that her eyes were big and her, like, head proportions were off or something. I agree, the art of Alita creeped me out. The dad is funny. You have to say I love you. A grasshopper? I'ma have one. His mom is Latina and his dad is Black American. And his Uncle Aaron is too. Dad embarrassed him. Yeah, the dad is DCS. Oh, really? Nicole, I was always afraid of that possibly happening. Oh, Brian Tyree Henry was his dad. That was the voice. Man, I really like Brian Tyree Henry. He will pop up on you in a movie. You could definitely want to be looking now because it's off season. You can secure a spot. Yeah, Spiderverse is animated. Someone said they watched Chapter 1 and 2 back to back and it's jarring. Why would he answer every question wrong? I think that was going to work. Leases starting in the summer tend to be high just because folks are moving here after for college, so the market gets tilted. Yeah, I normally like to move in the winter time, like between December and February. It's not always ideal. Hi, Justin. That's not always ideal, but it's normally better. Hey. Uncle Aaron is voiced by Mahershala Ali. I don't care to move either. We're laying down the groundwork right now. Happy New Year, Justin! Brian Tyree Henry is so cute. Hey. I know that in some traditions, there's something about the mom's last name. I've Googled it, and I just can't remember what it is. Like the mom's last name going first, or giving the kids the mom last name. That's like a thing in some like Latinx traditions. I personally didn't feel in this movie that. Well, since you guys are discussing the plot of the movie, even though people have not seen it, you guys want to know the plot. I personally did not feel, just me, I personally did not feel that Gwen Stacy was a love interest for Miles. but I hate romance, so. And I know they're making a second one. If they make her the love interest in that, I would be very disappointed. I didn't feel like they had a love interest thing happening. I mean, and Miles is really young. I don't know. Yeah, like they were friends. Right, Raise a Random Girl. They were friends and she was older. Like they played them as friends. I don't think that Gwen Stacy is played as a love interest for Miles. She's just Spider Gwen. Like Miles doesn't really have a love interest in the movie. It's not really about that. Hi, Jaren. Yeah, now I didn't like how people were trying to ship them and all this other shit. Because she's clearly older than him, and they didn't even play it as. I feel like they went out of their way to make them friends. I don't agree. I felt like at the end they went out of their way. Like I said, maybe in the second one they'll try and go in that direction, but I feel like they went out of their way to make it so they are just friends. Like Gwen Stacy repeatedly says, like, she doesn't do friends anymore. She doesn't have friends. She doesn't have best friends. But they are friendly. He becomes her friend. I don't know. I always feel like, y'all know how I always feel. I always feel like whenever it's a boy and a girl, people can never let them be platonic. I didn't feel like I had any reason in this movie to feel like their relationship was anything but platonic. I'm sticking with that. I feel like people and fans and viewers and consumers always have to make boy-girl interactions into a thing, which is so aggravating to me. Mahershala Ali was great as Uncle Aaron. Look at the spider! Oh, creepy, creepy, creepy! Creepy! The spider's all over him. I mean, and I guess if y'all feel like Gwen could have been black, I mean, I guess she could have been, but I don't know that much about the Miles Morales comic, but I feel like they played it pretty close, which I said in my review, because I'm pretty sure I reviewed this movie. Yeah, I did review this. I feel like they played it pretty close to the actual comics. My arachnophobia jumped out. Puberty? Most teachers are savvy enough to know that when a student gets every answer wrong, it's because they know the right answers and are trying to get them wrong. The uncle is Mahershala Ali, and the dad is Brian Tyree Henry. Nobody ends up with anybody in this movie except for Peter and Mary Jane, I guess. There's like no romance. Why is the voice in my head so loud? Multiple choice usually yields about 50-50 without trying. I don't think so. They were friends and she was older. The mom's last name goes last in Latinx communities. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. So I think he's Miles Morales because his mom's last name is Morales. And they did like that naming tradition with him. Same here. They definitely played them as friends. Hello. I didn't feel like she was a full-on love interest, but I hated how people were trying to ship them. Brian Tyree Henry was in damn near 5 movies in 2018, 2019 each. He's really doing good work, so happy for him. So in Latinx communities, it's first name, dad's last name, mom's last name. He was trying to mac, but it was awkward because he's an awkward kid. Yeah, the spray paint scene was great. Okay. Hey. I feel like they intentionally avoid it, whether it's his knee jerk or not. They didn't need to be more than friends. It was refreshing. I like his backpack. Boys and girls can be platonic, but people are going to ship regardless. People out here with unresolved friend zone feels. He said, I'm going to pull really hard terrible plan. Hi, Divine Hag. His roommate got insomnia. I love how the movie showed us that getting bit was a big deal, but Miles treated it like nothing. I feel like the focus not being on romance helped this movie be great. He is sweating so much. Everyone knows. They're talking about me. She's super tall. Jefferson Davis and Rio Morales are the parents. Miles Morales is the child. I didn't know that. Taking the mom's last name in Latin culture. Who's Morales? Not that dumb. They should keep it that way. No romance aside from maybe Peter and Mary Jane. Hi, Sketchnificent. You're not that late. We're watching Into the Spiderverse on Netflix. Let me give you guys a time check. I'm at about 17 minutes. Why is it so hard to see the time on Netflix? They show you how much time is left, but they make it so hard. The Spider-Man Christmas song just started playing in the security guard's office. He's got a nice voice. And Miles is like on the ceiling. Stop sticking! Keep sticking. I'm mad he got hair on his palms. They don't see him? Nobody saw him except Gwen? Wow, she's super tall. Hi to everyone just coming in. Exactly. Hi, Tim. He got that Superman curl. Miles' high school anxiety felt so real. I kind of felt like they did a lot of like Buffy-esque like metaphors for like him trying to like deal with the school, you know, being in a new school and what's going on. Uncle Aaron. Them damn birds. It's just puberty. Puberty does not cause everybody to do this. Miles is clumsy, just like how I was back in high school. His shirt is gone. Netflix trying to pull you in and make you forget about time. Like, I can tell you guys how much time is left. There's an hour, 37 minutes, and 47 seconds left. But to try to tell you exactly where I am, I have to, like, hover over this red dot. And it still doesn't really give me an exact... Like, I'm at about 19 minutes. He just got off the train. Ah, the super tall girl was me. Ha, she's really tall. I definitely would have seen. I would have been like, y'all don't see this fucking kid hitting the glass? I'm the only one? No, it's not a fucking bird. I love how no one sees a teenager on the side of the building in one of the most populated places in the country. Man, like, phones would have been out recording. Buffy shout outs. Oh, you don't have Netflix? You cancel your Netflix, Tim? Into the Spiderverse is my shit. Wish I still had Netflix. I love how the lighting and coloring in this film gives it such a comic book feel. Yeah, like the aesthetic. Would that be the aesthetic? The aesthetic of the film was really good. I love the way that they portrayed his like spidey sense. He's like using his spidey sense right now. I thought that it was like awesome. Look out! Look at like showed the words like look out, and then the fucking car. Great direction. Spidey sense. Brooklyn is not zoned for that. I feel like it's pretty accurate that no one would notice someone on a building. We were talking before about how my story got picked apart and slapped on the MCU Spidey. Oh, you watched it, Justin? I was on a heavy binge for like the last 3 days on Netflix watching season 2 of You. I don't know. We were talking about that like last week. I can't get into it. No one saw Any Stranger-ish in Sunnydale. I'm always canceling and reactivating. Oh, you canceled yours too, Sketchnificent? I still have Netflix, but I did cancel Hulu because I was never watching it and I didn't like their user interface. And now they're also in bed with Fox, aka Disney. They have a lot going on. Something that bugged me was if Peter B. Parker's real identity is a secret, how can Miles have a comic book about Spider-Man? You mean Peter Parker? Because Peter B. Parker's from the other dimension. You're like me. This movie is emotional. I thought that the comics were supposed to be like fictionalized versions. Kind of like how in Supernatural, like Sam and Dean are real, but the Prophet writes the books, the novels, like the fictionalized books about them and what they're doing, but they're really real. But Chuck kind of doesn't. I don't know. It's sort of confusing. Like Chuck doesn't really know that they're real. He thinks he's making it up, but they're real. I kind of think of it the same way. Like they know Spider-Man is real. Like in this universe, Spider-Man is real. So they have like all this merchandise and all this shit that's like related to Spider-Man. Yeah, Chuck is God. Hi, Ori. I love the sound mixing in this movie, though. The sound was really good. And the music and the sounds for when they're like fighting and when they show Crawler. Yeah, the villain theme. Oh, Green Goblin as an actual goblin. I should not do that. People too busy walking violently. My color palette. I love a good color palette. It's intense. Ori. Miles the Spider Sense was amazing. They put their whole foot in this movie. Yes, Miles, you should go. Great idea. Green Goblin looked awesome in the Ultimate Universe where Miles is from. He's an actual goblin. Dan Humphries damn sure became Joe. Hi, Unorthodox. How are you? What time are we on? 24, 29. They're opening the dimensions. It's unstable. We should stop. I binged You. Oh my God, Joe needs to be in jail. Did you watch season 1 too, or just season 2? I thought about watching new season 2, but I can't. This movie is emotional. I Like You. It kind of gives me a Dexter feel, but it does have its problem areas. I only have Hulu because it's free through Sprint. I was watching You for Shay Mitchell, so I dipped after the first season. The Toni Morrison documentary is on Hulu. I thought about doing the free trial. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, if you can do the free trial and catch it, because I did love that documentary. I love Dexter. I didn't get a Dexter vibe from You. Maybe season 2, but I don't know. We're watching Into the Spiderverse on Netflix. Unorthodox. Fun fact, I don't know shit about these comic movies. I just be watching. Chuck is God, right? I only have it because my sister works with them. Commercials on streaming services throw me off, though. Yeah, the commercials on Hulu I also don't like. It's like you can pay more and not get these commercials. It's like, well, then what the fuck? What am I paying for now? What am I paying for? Come on now. MCU Peter is terrible. Peter Parker is supposed to be lower working class, not Tony Stark's fictive Ken Trust Fund kid. I feel like the comics and the movies, animated shows, etc. are all alternate universes. Prowler's theme is wild. Prowler's theme is really, really good. Like, the sound mixing is great. In the main Marvel comics, the heroes all have merchandise, kind of like celebrities. Yes, that's how I think of it. Yes, like celebrities, like merchandise. Because, like, everybody, like, Spider-Man is real. Everybody knows Spider-Man. So they have, like, different merchandising for them. Like, when he dies, they're all going to have, like, Spider-Man masks. It's very meta. Hi, Kimberly Frazier. I was gonna ditch Netflix after you, but I've been hearing that this Witcher show and Society show are good, and I want to try them next. I'm watching The Witcher. I watched the first 4 episodes thus far. It's all right. I saw people just right, like, it's okay, right? Razy Random Girl, like, The Witcher is okay. I've seen people comparing it to Xena. And it is not no damn Xena at all. Like, because I love Xena and I've seen every episode 5 million times. Yeah, the Bard is mad fucking aggravating. And the Bard is like one of the main characters. He's like the Witcher's best friend. I don't get like what the Bard kind of reminds me of what's his name from Daredevil? The annoying fucking best friend from Daredevil. Just like, who are you? Like, who are you, bro? You're just like here to be a bro, broing it up. I don't need nobody broing it up in The Witcher. Like, no. And you're definitely not Paul Bettany. Wasn't it Paul Bettany in fucking A Knight's Tale either? Like, you're not funny. Your whole Bard thing is not funny. Like, shut the fuck up. Toss the coin to your Witcher. Like, oh my god. Alan Tudyk. That's it. I always get Alan Tudyk and Paul Bettany's names confused for some reason. Right, like, you're not Alan Tudyk. You're not Alan Tudyk. Like, you're not that type of Bard. Like, cut it out. And it seems like he's doing an Alan Tudyk in A Knight's Tale impression of, like, a Bard. He's very annoying. But Henry Cavill is great. Hi, Vanity. We're watching Into the Spiderverse. But Henry Cavill is great. He's really good as The Witcher. He's awesome. He was the main reason why I wanted to watch it. Because I like Henry Cavill. Whatever the plot is, and I've never played the Witcher games, and I don't really know anything about the Witcher. The wig could be better. The wig is a lot, but they say that that's how he looks in the games with this, like, white hair. So, I don't know. The girl that he's supposed to be, like, on his destiny to meet, I don't know about her. I'm not sure about her. Her sidekick is, like, some black elf that chases her around the woods. I don't know what any of that. I just want to look at Henry Cavill. Like, I just want to look at Henry Cavill. That's the only person I want to look at. Is Henry Cavill. Like, just take everybody else away. I'm not sure if his mom is supposed to be, like, black. I feel like she could be black. I'm not sure. If I was Spider-Man and someone was making a story about my life, I want my damn royalty money. Does the new Batman movie have a date yet? Unorthodox? Does it have a date? I need this new Batman movie to drop with Zoe. The damn Bard gets on my fucking nerves. People have been acting like The Witcher is one of the best shows on Netflix. It's very well produced, and Henry Cavill is great. The plot itself is a little murky. There's certain stuff in The Witcher that you know. It's like I've never played The Witcher and I've never read The Witcher books. So I'm going into this show like completely with no knowledge of anything. And you can tell that there's certain stuff in The Witcher that you're supposed to have an idea already of what's going on. Because I guess they assume that the majority of the people watching it are fans already. But like, I'm a fan of Henry Cavill. Like, that's it. I've only played The Witcher 3 in the series. It's pretty cool. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Unorthodox. Not good. You can watch it. You should watch it, Mar. I think it's more so because it's a game adaptation that's actually doing well. The bard, it's like the bard is like the comic relief almost. I'm sick and tired of everyone comparing everything to everything. People don't know how to describe shit anymore. Yeah, The Witcher's not Xena. It was a violent way to die. He did it with his bare hands. Did you ever watch Daredevil, Nicole? Because they also have fucking Kingpin beat somebody who's fucking Vincent. Y'all know I can't pronounce this man's name even though you told me. D'Onofrio, is that how you pronounce it? Tell me again, y'all. He plays fucking Kingpin in Daredevil, and he beats the shit out of somebody with his bare hands in motherfucking live action. Like, in the car door. It's so violent. I was like, oh my god, how can they show this? They couldn't have showed that on regular TV. They could only show it on Netflix. Oh, which reminds me, John Bernthal is also in Ford versus Ferrari. Shane from Walking Dead, and he's also the Punisher. And that was like a pleasant surprise. They're counting on me. Probably not you specifically. I think it's a metaphor. D'Onofrio. Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin in Daredevil, the Netflix show. And he beats the dog shit out of some people. Like, he is vicious. I personally think Daredevil is one of the best shows Netflix has ever done. And Daredevil has my probably second favorite show opening after Dexter. Boy, don't you jump off that roof. D'Onofrio. Yes, and he's also the killer from The Cell. D'Onofrio. I have not seen Man from High Castle. You're not Alan Tudyk. Raising Random Girl, I want to fight him. Right, I'd be wanting to fight the bard. I'd just be like, shut up. Run with your new Spider-Man abilities. His wig could be better. I wasn't mad. Oh, talking about you. I wasn't mad at the twist, but I was kind of like, what the fuck is so great about Beck? Not a damn thing. She a basic Becky. Plain as hell. Peach and Joe could have done much better. They should have kept the first princess. And I also don't understand in The Witcher, why is he so obsessed with Renfrey? They try to make it out like he was in love with her or they had some type of soul connection. I was like, why is he so hooked on this girl? He only known her for like 5 minutes. And all she did was betray him numerous times to the point where he had to fucking kill her. Like, why is he so obsessed with Renfrey dreaming about her and stuff? But I'm pretty sure that's because like Renfrey is somebody, like she's some character in the game or in the books for Witcher. The girl that he killed, the princess that was like cursed, and he killed her, and she had like a prophecy or whatever that he was gonna like meet the girl in the forest, and like the girl's gonna be your destiny, because everybody keeps telling him that this little plain mousy blonde haired girl is his destiny. Everyone he meets inexplicably knows that she's his destiny, but Renfrey was the first one to say something. When he killed her, she was like, you're gonna meet a girl in the woods, and like she's gonna be your destiny. And he like keeps having dreams about her, and like having dreams about her saying it, and having dreams about having sex with her and all this other stuff. Because he feels bad about killing her. They had a, I don't know, connection. I don't know. It's not explained well. But I think that's one of those things where they expect you to already know the backstory between like him and Renfrey. Like, oh, it's about to get even more random with people fucking and falling in love. Yeah. All they did was have sex. Like, don't invest in a spider themed restaurant. I would eat at a TGI Spidey's. Baron and May. Split up. I love Peter B. Parker. Henry Cavill has explicitly said that he has no issue with coming back as Superman. Like, numerous times. I don't know if they're making any more of those movies, but he's repeatedly said he's open to coming back. The Witcher is a show on Netflix. Raise Graham Girls, same. Cheers. Henry Cavill is fine. That's my Superman. Me and my mom are watching The Witcher on Netflix. We're now on episode 4. The Striga episode was crazy. Yeah, the Striga episode was a lot. There was just a lot happening. There's been a lot going on. Rio is explicitly a non-black Latinx in the comics. Not sure about the movie. She's more ambiguous here. Yeah, I feel like in the movie she's very ambiguous looking. I always thought she was an Afro-Latina. She looks Afro-Latina to me. Every time Henry grunts, it's funny. I really hope The Witcher helps Henry Cavill get back into Superman. Everyone is interested in the series, mostly because of Cavill. That has to mean something. I don't need comedy in The Witcher. Right! Raise a Random Girl, like, stop. Beck from You was the basic white girl that had everyone bending over backwards for her, making her ass feel special when she truly was mediocre. This part is so funny every time I watch it. He can play a mean bastard. Vincent, right? Yeah. I saw Daredevil the film. I liked Kingpin. Oh, and Daredevil Netflix show too. He's the bad cop in Strange Days. Yes, he was in Law and Order. Yes. He was one of the main characters in Law and Order. Michael Clark Duncan was also awesome as Kingpin. He fell hard as fuck. New York don't stop for shit, but it paused for news of Spider-Man's death. He fucking hit his own tombstone. This would definitely be something that New Yorkers would just be like, look at that. Miles was like, I'm gonna do it. Then he goes back down the stairs. He was like, nah, I ain't that crazy. Renfrey was supposed to be Snow White too. That girl was plain as fuck. Looks like a child dressed like Spider-Man dragging a homeless corpse behind a train. First Zoom of 2020! And now he also has a snowman head. I think the date for the Batman movie is June 25th, 2021. Did somebody else do Super Chat? Thank you. Thanks, New York. I just want the Bard to die. You wouldn't eat at TGI Spidey's? Y'all wouldn't eat at TGI Spidey's? More TGI Spideys for me. Main universe Spider-Man is going through some shit. Peter B. Parker, that's 2 NYC. Divorced, and Aunt May is dead. Failed businesses. Olive Spideys, Buffalo Wild Spideys. His whole life fell apart, poor Peter. The colors on this movie are amazing. Dun, 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 dun. Spider-Man durable as hell. Renfrey left a big impression. Kyrie! Super chat! I found you. Thank you, Kyrie. First time I saw that, I was like, damn, Peter, you need a hug. Turn off that shower. Let's get some ice cream. Just, Nicole, the fact that he was sitting in the shower under the water in the Spider-Man suit was what took me out. I hate Ben Affleck as Batman. He could be gone and never come back. But Henry Cavill as Spider-Man, I'm patiently waiting for a Man of Steel 2. Whenever they're ready, I will be there. I truly didn't understand the Peach twist. Like, what was the point? The point was to make Joe seem right. Like, as if everybody in Beck's life was some shit. And he was correct. And no one can convince me otherwise. Yeah, Criminal Intent. SVU Criminal Intent. Woo! Kyrie! Thank you. Kyrie Mayweather, money team. Cavill and Amy Adams deserve more movies. Yeah. Kyrie got his tax return money early. Right, I'd eat there. TGI Spideys, Buffalo Wild Spideys, Chili Spideys, Apple Spideys. Give it. New Yorkers just don't give a shit. Walking around those two like, whatever. Miles is running this interrogation. Finally saw John Wick 3 a week ago. I need the type of dogs Hallie had. Hallie's dogs were badass. It broke. New Yorkers get the most superheroes. Bye, the boy in blue. Going to work? Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. I just caught on. Sorry. I thought you said you were going to work. Hi, Seven. TGI Spidey sounds cute. Imagine the decor. You good with that, Spider-Man? The Peach twist was to justify her death. No one can convince me otherwise. Joe is an unreliable narrator. He's trash. Making you feel guilty. Is it working? And I loved how Miles was like a kid. Like, they play Miles like a kid. They don't play him as, like, overly mature. Because you guys remember that was, like, an issue that I had with the kids in Stranger Things. I felt like they were playing them kids as, like, way too mature. Miles is like a kid. I love this burger. So delicious. In my universe, this place closed 6 years ago. I would love to be able to go to an alternate universe and go to some place that I loved in New York that closed. It'd be nice. You gonna eat that? Miles is a kid, a smart kid with morals, but still a kid. Not a burger. No, not a burger. Did I say burger? I didn't mean to say burger. I'm talking about the burger that he's eating. I was actually thinking of a bar. There's a bar that I used to love in New York that closed down. A hearty burger breakfast. Miles feels more like an authentic kid. Like he's a kid. And it's a no on the cape. I think it's cool. Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape. Peach was trying to take Beck on trips. I don't understand it. I was never in love with Affleck being Batman. I wasn't either. I don't even get his interpretation of Batman, like, at all. Henry's acting was phenomenal. Honestly, I think he's the best live action Superman we've had in a while. Ben Affleck sucked. Just because you have a jaw doesn't mean you make a good superhero. Hallie and her dogs were a combo badass team. You liked it, Kyrie? I like Ben Affleck. He did a good job as Frank Miller's version, older and aggressive. I mean, he was older, but I did not get aggressive. I got like depressed, broken down. And I felt like that is what he was going for, but it was just depressing. It wasn't like anything that I wanted to watch. I don't want to watch old, broken down, depressed Batman. What's the point of that? And he never seemed like like I love the Punisher, who's also like depressed and broken down, but like the Punisher is aggressive. Like the Punisher will fucking kill you. Ben Affleck just like moped around for like 2.5 hours. I'm old. My back got broken. I have no powers. There's nothing I can do. Let me call Alfred and complain. Like, oh yeah, like old man Batman. You know, old man Logan is like older and broken down and depressed, but he's like still aggressive. I didn't get the aggression from Ben Affleck. Yes, I'm just gonna sadly swim in my piles of money. Pour the money on my head, Alfred. Pour the money on my head. I don't want to be able to see anything. Like that was just all I was getting. That was all I was getting from Batfleck. Scrooge McDuck. Very Scrooge McDuck. It was a lot. For me, it was a lot for me. All that money and Ben's Batman can't get a damn therapist. And look at Alfred enabling that unhealthiness. Pour it up, pour it up. They were, I guess, going for Batman, then Dark Knight Returns Batman where he's older. But Affleck wasn't big enough or old enough for that. Yes, and I also felt that way too. I was like, if we're going for like a super old Batman, Ben Affleck is not old enough. Like when they did like old ass Doctor Who, he was like old. They should have went older if they were going for like old, like too old to like still be aggressive and like really beat people up. They should have went at least 10 years older than Ben Affleck. He's invisible. Miles singing his song to calm down. Slow down! I love that he was singing his little song to calm down. I need to write it down. Spider-Man? The fact that Peter B. Parker wears fucking sweatpants is this movie. That's a no-no. We don't like that. Okay, that's my face. Perhaps from dimensional warping. It was way flatter before I warped. Peter B. Parker mumbling, this is why I never wanted kids. I'd eat there. At TGI Spidey's Vanity. Hallie's getting into action films. See a pattern. Beck should have just wound up being taken care of by Peach. She would have been living her best life. She would have been okay with that. Popeye's Spidey's. I want to go to an AU. Miles feels more like an authentic kid. Portillo's in another dimension. Clueverse? Is that how you say that, Nicole? Yeah, this movie was much more in line with how Peter Parker was when he started. Clever but innocent. Refreshing. And I, for one, can't wait to watch. what did you say her name was? And I did like that they made Doc Ock a woman, and it worked perfectly. It wasn't like forced. It made perfect sense. My friends actually call me Liv. My enemies, they call me Doc Ock. Oh, you want to go to an AU because this one is a hell dimension? Yeah, Racy Random Girl. I think Miles is 14 because he just went to a new school. And I feel like it's a high school. So I think he's like supposed to be 14, like a 9th grader. Rob's Batman should be lit. I liked Affleck as Daredevil, but he didn't work as Batman. Nigga, you could walk after a broken back. Damn, money just sadly swim in his piles of money. In real life, Ben Affleck had a mental moment. Oh, I didn't know he was having like problems in real life. He was drunk, gambling, had problems in his marriage. Did him and what's her name divorce? Jennifer Garner, alias Elektra? He bought the bat costume for $100,000 and turned his garage into a bat cave. Oh yeah, so he was like really depressed. Miles saw Kingpin and had a sort of panic attack, something that a lot of kids would go through after seeing something so violent. I also like that after he saw Kingpin kill Peter Parker, Miles like went home. He like went home to his parents because he was like scared. And he was like, can I stay here tonight? I don't want to go back to school. And his parents like let him stay at home. That's something a kid would do. Like, I'm going home to my mom and dad. Like, fuck the rest of this. So his real life went into the character. I run better than I swing. Who would I have chosen? Raise the Random Girl over Batman? For Batman, sorry, over Ben Affleck for Batman. I would have chosen for somebody older and more broken down. I think Christoph Waltz would have been interesting. I also feel like, you guys know, I also feel like Batman is psychotic. So, like, you have to also be able to channel the fact that, like, there's something wrong with Batman. I think Christoph Waltz or somebody in that age range, in that age bracket. Christoph Waltz can, like, do good. He can do villain. I think he would have been good. He's maybe a little small for Batman. You're a natural. Thwip release. Look, they're doing it. Do I want kids? Who can do it, just not as good. I love the story arc of Peter B. Parker. Miles is getting some real on-the-job training. Ben Affleck was trying to method act. Mel Gibson, if he wasn't Mel Gibson. Brad Pitt, maybe. Brad Pitt as old Batman could work. Brad Pitt as old Batman is an interesting suggestion. Like, if they were like, oh, we want a big name, and we have, like, Ben Affleck in the running. Like, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt could work. I would say maybe Ray Liotta, if we're going for an older Batman. Timothy Olyphant would, to me, would definitely be mine. Timothy Olyphant, that's Justified. Another dimension. Let's start at the beginning one last time. I've been the one and only Spider-Woman. Actually, Mel Gibson is a great choice. Mel Gibson looks like him in the animated film. Yeah, from Justified. I like Timothy Olyphant. He was also in The Crazies. He was really good. He's a good choice. Brad Pitt, I could see. Timothy Olyphant, definitely. I like all of these options better than Ben Affleck for old Batman. And I mean really weird. Mm. You poked me in the eye. I'm singing this song to calm down. She looked like the teacher from Recess. A Harrison Ford type would have worked better, but bigger. He did cheat on Jennifer Garner, but he jumped into that relationship too quickly after Jennifer Lopez. Miles, you poked me in the eye. Peter B, you slapped my face against a tombstone and a light post. But I loved the warehouse fight scene. That was the Batman I needed. He didn't quit. Henry Cavill did not quit. 7. Henry Cavill did not quit. He said like a bunch of times that he's open to being Superman. They're just not making any more Superman movies. He did not quit. I don't know why people keep saying that. I don't know where this rumor came from. Like, Henry Cavill has said publicly at least 2 or 3 times that he's open to playing Batman. That glitching looks so painful. Doc Ock, epic introduction. If you watch Batman The Dark Knight Returns animated film, you'll see what Ben Affleck was going for. I don't like that, though. Like, I don't like properties, just like what we were talking about with The Witcher. I don't like properties where I have to, like, if I go see a movie and you're giving me live action adaptation of Batman, you need to serve it to me in the movie. It's nice if I can like understand the references, or if I like know the references, or if I like know the original work. That's always cool, but it should not be a requirement for me to understand what's going on in your property, that if I have to do research before I fucking go watch the shit. That's annoying to me. I kind of feel like that means you're not portraying what you're supposed to be portraying. If I watch your portrayal and I love your portrayal and I want to know more about your portrayal and I like dig deep to find what the research references and the resources are, like that's something different than being like, I'm so confused, I don't understand what they were trying to convey. I have to like go look some shit up to understand. You felt lost watching The Witcher? There's some of the like the magic stuff with The Witcher had me like, okay, this is obviously something that has to be from the books or the video game, because I don't know what is going on. Like, what's happening? Why are they being turned into eels? Like, I am confused. I am confusion. Like, some of the magical rituals in The Witcher have not been explained well at all. She got 3 spider people standing outside of her house. Peter B. Parker, Miles, and Spider-Gwen. Like The Expanse, after the 4th episode, I bought the books. Right, it made you want to know more, but not because you were confused. I did have to Google while watching. Jim Carrey was the Riddler. It would be weird for him to be Joker. And thicker. Watchmen was a lot easier to understand for fans of the comic. And what dimension are you from? Brooklyn. A goober. Follow me. Lady Ock, great twist. Didn't see it coming. It really did work seamlessly. Never would have guessed that she was Doc Ock, and it's perfect. Slapping Peter around with those tentacles. She seems more effective and deadly than male Doc Ock. Ben Affleck is sad Ellen Page. I think he's still open to returning. Warner Brothers are just being buttholes. Yeah, like Henry has said, he did not quit. Oh, they're still together. The Jeep, the plane. Mine was more like a shack. Imagine a way smaller. Imagine a futon. The scientist is with it. Kids in a healthy, loving family will want their mom and dad. The lunchroom is armed. I love the first crappy costumes these heroes be getting. Oh, they're separated. Ben and Jennifer are separated. Kimberly. These are some interesting suggestions you guys made for old Batman. Yeah. Brad Pitt, Ray Liotta, Timothy Olyphant. I'm down with Brad Pitt being an older Batman. Mel Gibson is a great choice. Mel Gibson looks like him in the animated film. It's very interesting. Oh yeah, Timothy Olyphant was in Scream 2. I did like how Gwen was used in this movie. I feel like Spider-Gwen was a gift to Gwen Stacy fans after that horrible storyline they did. Is he in black and white? Wherever I go, the wind follows. And the wind smells like rain. I love fucking Peter Parker Noir. He's like my favorite character in this movie. It's fucking hilarious. It can get weirder. No other reason. I like how every spider person is explaining their origins. You're like me. He loved Jennifer. My name is Penny Parker. My name is Peter Porker. Radioactive pig. And I'm a private eye. And I like to fight Nazis a lot. Nicolas Cage. They had some really good voice acting in this movie too. Just so I can feel something, anything. Sometimes I like to let matches burn down to my fingertips just so I can feel something, anything. There's like 6 spider people. 7. No, 6. Jeff Goldblum is old Batman. Maybe not that long. Kingpin's motivation in this movie was solid. His family's freaking out. I don't want to have to do homework before I watch a movie or a show. Felt lost watching The Witcher. Can't get my coin if I gotta research beforehand. Watchmen was sort of like that for me. Bad writing if you expect your fans to already know everything. That goes for spin-offs and sequels. Things should be able to stand on their own for the most part. Oh, you guys said, yeah. You guys said Jim Carrey as old Joker. I think that might be a little weird. He was already the Riddler. Who are you again? Yeah, Jim Carrey was the Riddler. He was the Riddler in the one where Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face. He can't do it on command, but it is cool. And Jim Carrey was great as the Riddler too. Edward Nigma, he was fantastic. Don't even remember where I read it, somewhere on the internet. That was like a really weird rumor. People were like really saying that Henry Cavill like quit. And he was like, I didn't quit. Surprise attack. Surprise attack. Surprise attack. Can you close off your feelings so you don't get emotionally crippled by the moral ambiguity of your violent actions? Daredevil? That's like the main issue of Daredevil. Surprise attack! Miles is a kid, he's freaking out! Has Jim Carrey kind of taken a break from acting? I know he was having some emotional problems for a while too. Spiderverse is a cute movie. Robert Pattinson will play Batman. Well, I think he's going to do a great job. A film series? What film series do I like? I like the new Planet of the Apes. I like the new Star Trek movies, the J.J. Abrams ones. What? Nicole said, where's the wind coming from? Where's that wind coming from? I love Spidey Noir. The different animation styles. Ben and Jen separated due to his drinking and gambling issues. The pig bit the spider. Yeah, this movie is amazing. Spidey Pig, Spidey Pig. It's like Sin City. Nicolas Cage was super happy about his role here. Pattinson is currently doing push-ups as we speak to bulk up to play Batman. Miles is committed. I love it. I would love an old Batman. I mean, Christian Bale wasn't super huge as Batman. I don't think Robert Pattinson has to get like super huge. He's tall. I think he'll bulk up. He's never going to be the size of like a Henry Cavill, but Henry Cavill's big as shit. That was definitely Juice WRLD. Van Shoes. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Look at Prowler. His music is so creepy. He's so scary. The sound editing is great in this movie. Great. I think Jim Carrey is just sick of the fake shit in Hollywood. It tends to happen with the older actors sometimes. I know Cameron Diaz, like, retired from acting. She said, like, I'm retiring. I don't want to do movies anymore. I don't want to be in the spotlight anymore. I just want to, like, take time and, like, be with my family. 'Cause she got married, like, a few years ago, and they had a baby recently, too. So, I mean, like, I don't see no problem with it. Plot twist. Look up Jim Carrey's motivational speeches on YouTube. It's pretty inspiring listening to him speak. He seems really wise. I think the girl voicing Penny Parker was the biracial Asian girl from Orange is the New Black. Brooke Soso. Jim Carrey was Riddler in Batman Forever. I would have been like, you're wearing sweatpants. I'm also kind of feeling Kevin Costner as an older Batman. I think that would be cool. Jim Carrey was great as the Riddler. I loved his portrayal of the Riddler. Bye, Mar! He's just a baby. These spider people are drilling him. It's just weird to me that, like, they're trying to force Henry Cavill out, but at the same time, they're trying to spread this rumor that he's quitting, he wants to leave, when he said, like, numerous times that, because he's been doing interviews for things, because, like, he did Mission Impossible and The Witcher, and, like, he's been in things, so he's been doing interviews, and in every interview, they ask him about Superman, and in every single interview, he says the same thing, that he loved being Superman, and he's always open to coming back and doing Superman again. So it's, like, funny that there's this, like, rumor that he quit or doesn't want to do it anymore. Like, no, they trying to push him out. Like, he does not want to quit. Henry Cavill is big as The Witcher. He's fucking huge. He was so big in Mission Impossible. Michael Aaron, he's the Prowler. This is a pretty hardcore origin story. As soon as they introduced Spider-Man Noir, he just was like, he had all the best lines. I just love his character so much. Ding dong. This is a pretty hardcore origin story. Oh, great, it's Liv. I guess I was followed. Yeah, when the Michael B. Jordan story was ruminating, Henry Cavill made a point to say that he is still Superman. Every time they ask him, he says he loved being Superman and he's gonna come back. We don't pick the ballroom, we just dance. That's like my favorite line of this whole movie. Oh my goodness. He got the damn plastic upholstered cushion stuck to his fucking Spidey hand, y'all. Uh, Jim Carrey has gone full Buddha on himself. Oh, he's in the new Sonic movie. Jim Carrey's in the Sonic movie as Dr. Eggman. Jim is on a different spiritual and mental plane right now. Leave the kid alone. You had a friend named Penny Parker, Vanity? Jared, I was supposed to go hoop, but all this chilling makes me want to take a nap. I think Jim scared the hell out of Tommy Lee Jones because Jim is such high energy all the time. Christian Bale had chicken legs. Like, he didn't get that big to play Batman. He's kind of a slight, like a slender dude. Involving multiple spider people? Robert has a bird chest. Robert said he's having a hard time bulking up. He's trying. I can tell he's taking it seriously and wants to be faithful. Robert might be the size of Batman Beyond instead of going the buff Batman route. The reveal. Poor Miles. Christian Bale, or was it Tom Hanks, said no more body transformations for roles. If I had a lot of money, I would retire from working too. Exactly, 7. Somebody said Drake is old Batman. Mar, I don't know if I can handle a hotline bling Batman. Y'all are hilarious. Jim Carrey was good as The Mask too. Jim Carrey is on a Showtime show called Kidding, I think. Please, Uncle Aaron. Please, Uncle Aaron. Henry was so big in Mission Impossible. Eddie Murphy was supposed to be the original Riddler, but passed on the role. Really? I never heard that. I can't believe I got caught up on that Twilight stuff with Robert Pattinson. But dude has a freaking concave bird cage of a chest. He'll have to do some serious push-ups. Get out of her house. Henry Cavill is really built like Superman. Oh, they killed Uncle Aaron. Fucked up. And Kingpin shot him. Like, he's such a bitch. Robert Pattinson is a really underrated actor. Ever since Twilight, he has proven himself to be versatile and talented. Michael B. Jordan doesn't need to be Superman. Some other comic character, preferably a black one. Michael B. Jordan could be Jon Stewart or literally anyone else. They even have black Supermen from other universes. I can't see him as Clark Kent. Take it outside, said Aunt May with the bat. They destroyed her house. Bulking up in general is difficult. You always feel like you have to eat all day and are overstuffed. It isn't easy to gain weight. The drama. Hopefully Dwayne Johnson can help him get back in good with DC, WB. They're pretty cool with each other, and The Rock is playing Black Adam, so hopefully fingers crossed. I think Batman vs. Superman was like so poorly received and reviewed that they're just trying to like get rid of everyone that was associated with the project. Ben Affleck really did quit. Like, he said he's not coming back. He stepped down because he was originally supposed to be the one directing this Batman movie, but he was like, obviously everybody hates me. And they're not bringing back Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, which was a horrible casting from jump. But Amy Adams as Lois was great. Everyone from Man of Steel was great. Like Amy Adams as Lois and like Lawrence Fishburne as the head of the Daily Planet and Henry Cavill as Clark Kent. Like all that stuff was great. But They trying to like get rid of everybody from that time period. Henry Cavill is wonderful though as Superman. He deserves to at least get a Man of Steel too. Henry Cavill and Amy Adams deserve a Man of Steel too, where we really see them like doing the Daily Planet thing and like we deserve Man of Steel too. But they're probably never gonna do it. They're just gonna like run with this Wonder Woman thing and these standalone movies. The fact that we're getting Wonder Woman 2 before Man of Steel 2 makes me very upset. I don't believe that they forcibly made Ben Affleck step down, so we can agree to disagree. Like, he recused himself. Now, if it was also an addition to shit being poorly received because of his personal shit he had going on in his life, I mean, that's fine. But he wasn't fired. Like, he stepped down. Was My Uncle Benjamin. And they're still moving forward with that solo Batman movie that he was going to direct. Like with Star Wars, for example, like they fired Rian Johnson and they begged J.J. Abrams to come back after he specifically said no. That's like a firing. The roommate is hilarious, I swear to goodness. What makes you think that Ben Affleck couldn't win against studios? Ben Affleck has a ton of money and he can afford the best lawyers that money can buy, and he has a lot of clout in the industry. He's an A-lister. Ben Affleck's not like some little nobody. Like, he low-key fucking bogarted his way into being Batman because people didn't want him. Right, I agree. If there's an echelon of actor that could win against studios, Affleck is in it. Right. Like, Ben Affleck, I don't believe that Ben Affleck got forced out by a studio. I don't believe that. Like, if Ben Affleck really wanted to fight for Batman, he could. He has more than enough money and resources. And he was already signed on as the director. He stepped down. Like, I don't believe they forced him out. I don't think they have the power. I really don't believe they have the power to force Ben Affleck out of anything. He has a ton of money. And he has a ton of clout in the industry. Like, he knows everybody. You have to let me make him pay. Like, Ben Affleck, Tom Cruise, Matt Damon's up there. Yes, I think the backlash made him want to step down. He was looking at interviews like every time people talked to him about Batman, like he wanted to die inside. Like, I think the interviews, like the backlash and like the shit that was going on in his personal life. I didn't know there was shit going on in his personal life, but like the stuff going on in his personal life and nothing was well received. It became like a joke, and I think he just decided to walk away from everything. But if he wanted to fight for Batman, he could have fought for Batman, absolutely. When will I know I'm ready? It's a leap of faith. They were building a universe after the shaky Batman vs. Superman, shaky Suicide Squad, and shaky Justice League. The studio felt it was a risk. They wanted him, but the plan wasn't going well. I agree, but I don't agree at the same time. Suicide Squad made over $600 million. Like, Suicide Squad made a lot of money, and Justice League too. Like, Batman vs. Superman was not well received, but Batman vs. Superman did all right. It just cost a lot of money to make. But in terms of money, like, in terms of money, because money talks and bullshit walks, Suicide Squad did just fine, and Justice League did too. Like, while I actually fuck with Wonder Woman heavy, I am bummed that we got a Wonder Woman sequel and a Suicide Squad sequel before Man of Steel 2. Hi, Queen Brittany. We should have definitely got Man of Steel 2 first. You can really just tell the difference. I feel like people love to talk about like Suicide Squad. I loved Suicide Squad. And I feel like people love to talk about Suicide Squad. Bye, Queen Brittany. Hi and bye. Grand opening, grand closing. People love to talk about Suicide Squad. It became like a joke to like talk bad about Suicide Squad. But Suicide Squad made a shit ton of money. It was one of the top 10 movies of the year that year. And it won an Academy Award. And people really enjoyed it. I really don't give a fuck what like a fucking paid off Disney shill critic has to say about the movie. It was well liked by audiences and made a lot of money. Which is why they're now doing Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn featuring prominently, as well as Suicide Squad 2. So the movie wasn't like the movie was not a flop, which is how people like to talk about it. Like, Batman vs. Superman was really terrible. Justice League made a lot of money. A lot of money. The new Joker movie is a standalone film. Birds of Prey is not, but the new Joker movie is a standalone film. I mean, maybe they might do other movies after Joker, but Joker is not a part of any established anything. It's a standalone movie. I feel like the comic book reporters and shit are biased and they write gossip and they write bullshit. Personally. Like, and people do that with everything. Like, it's not just movies. Like, people do the same exact thing. I see this all the time with, like, Nicki Minaj. It's weird. It's like I'm living in an alternate reality. People will be like, Queen was a flop. It didn't even go platinum. And, like, this and this and this. And you'd be like, yes, it did. What are you talking about? And they'd be like, well, I watched somebody on YouTube that said, or I read some blogger that said. It's like, okay, but, like, that's... People would just make shit up. Just because somebody didn't like something, nobody had to like no one has to like anything. But just because somebody doesn't like something doesn't mean it's like a flop or that it did poorly. And I think that's like something that people get confused all the time. Like, well, I didn't like it, so that means it sucked. I think it's become a trend to bash DC movies. It was way better than Guardians of the Galaxy to me. Suicide Squad had everything. Action, diversity, comedy. I fucking loved that movie. There was nothing wrong with Suicide Squad. I'm just saying that Suicide Squad was not a flop and it was not a shaky movie. And I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm just talking in general. But Suicide Squad was not a shaky film. I'm like watching the movie. The production of Suicide Squad was shaky. Absolutely. They rewrote it several times. They cut shit out. They fucked a lot of shit up in the movie. But the rollout of the film was not shaky. The amount of money that it made was not shaky. Like, the production of the film was shaky, but the film itself was not. And I was like a Suicide Squad, like, super obsessed stan for like several years. I've like read everything about it. I like know everything about it. Like, that's my Miles. You go. Which is why they're moving forward with other elements. Because there was a lot of shit that people enjoyed about Suicide Squad. This movie is a story. Into the Spiderverse. Endgame was a nightmare and had critics acting like it was good. Critics aren't unbiased. Critics are biased. Absolutely. And everybody is a Disney stan. Disney could fucking shit out a movie and everybody would say it's so good and so wonderful and so amazing. And I'm talking about like any film that's under the Disney umbrella. So that's like any Marvel film, any Star Wars film, any Pixar film. They don't have to be good anymore. Gotta move on, buddy. Oh, wow. I just wondered if we could have some more bread at table 12. Mm. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know you, sir. I wish they gave Amy Adams more to do in Batman vs. Superman. Jesse Eisenberg was balls. Birds of Prey trailer looked cool. Don't she see his brother in a whole villain suit? I think either Patty Jenkins or J.J. Abrams should direct Man of Steel 2. I think Patty Jenkins is an overrated director. Wonder Woman was a financial success and well received. Wonder Woman pissed me off. Jesse was over the top dog shit. Jesse Eisenberg was hammy as fuck. Ben's brother Casey is a much better actor. Isn't Casey Affleck like a rapist? I don't know if that's true. I'm just asking. I rarely believe Ben Affleck in any role he's in. Affleck worked fine as a cheater in Gone Girl, personal experience. While I fuck with Wonder Woman heavy, I am bummed that we got a Wonder Woman sequel and a Suicide Squad sequel before Man of Steel 2. You can really just tell the difference when people are passionate about a project or character. Affleck was in that for the clout, so stepping down isn't a shock. Unpopular opinion, but I kind of like Suicide Squad. The plan failed, which is why DC is now going to do spin-off and standalone films with DC Comics. The universe is done. They aren't even moving forward with Ezra Miller's The Flash. Ezra Miller's Flash is shit, and they should have had Grant Gustin play The Flash from Jump. They scrapped Ray Fisher's Cyborg movie, which was a mistake. They should have still made that one. But I kind of feel like people are really into semantics when we start talking about the DC universe or whatever. DCEU, which isn't even their own name for it. I feel like people can say whatever they want about, like, quote unquote, like, reboot, it being a reboot or whatever, like a rebooted universe or whatever, but I know what my eyes see on screen. So if you're doing a Suicide Squad 2 where you're bringing back a lot of the same characters and you have the same actors in the same roles, and we're also getting a Birds of Prey movie with Harley Quinn as the same character. Like, we have these characters they're already established. Like, Ben Affleck was in Suicide Squad with Amanda Waller. So we've sort of already established that these characters exist in a universe together, and they're continuing that universe on. I really don't care for these, like, all these, like, explanations. Yeah, like, it's a reboot, it's a soft reboot. It's like, obviously, it's the same characters in the same worlds. You can tell me all day it's a soft reboot, but it's obviously the same one. You just don't want to move forward with certain elements, which is fine, because I hate Ben Affleck as Batman. I hated Ezra Miller as the Flash. I hated Jesse Eisenberg. Like, we can leave all that stuff in the past. But I do feel like the fact that they are moving forward with characters and elements means that they could, right, like, continuity can't be ignored. Like, you can't just ask me to just ignore continuity. Like, what, like, I'm sorry. Soft reboot. What does that even mean when you bring everyone back and the same actors? Right. Like, and then you have Henry Cavill, who has publicly stated numerous times that he would come back. That means that at any moment they could decide to bring Superman back, and it would be totally fine, especially if they're going to move forward with Harley Quinn, which they're absolutely going to do. They already have 2 movies planned with her. So Peter Porker put it in that work. Toon Force. Did that feel like a cartoon? They broke her robot. Oh. And numerous characters are coming back to Suicide Squad. It's not like it's just going to be Harley Quinn. Like, a lot of people are coming back. They just don't want, like, the main people. X-Men First Class was a soft reboot, and it was some garbage. Like, it was bad. It was terrible. And the plot lines made no sense. And the continuity made no sense. Like, I hated all those new X-Men movies. I thought they were ridiculous. Doc Ock is taking those hits. Ah, she got hit by a train! Spider-Man doing this will never not be funny. Watch the hands. All of the DC movies have been box office successes, but the critical reception has been mixed. I did not care for how Warner Brothers went all Paradise Lost with Wonder Woman's origins in the film and took a piece of Captain America's storyline. I don't understand why Harley's solo film is called Birds of Prey. People didn't want Gotham City Sirens, like, at all. But they might still do it. But people didn't want it. That's why they went with Birds of Prey instead. Critics have been off about speculative fiction films of all kinds, and they're staying on that tip. Fans and critic scores are always opposing with these kind of movies. Yeah, Birds of Prey is going to have Journey Smollett. Critics are biased. While I enjoyed a lot of MCU movies, they were not all excellent. A lot were forgettable. I think it's become a trend to bash DC movies. Suicide Squad had everything, action, diversity, comedy. I fucking love that movie. It was way better than Guardians of the Galaxy to me. Bye-bye! They're going back to their universes. There was nothing wrong with Suicide Squad. There should be a sequel minus Jared Leto. He was a bit much. Miles' actual costume. He did a leap of faith that became his own. Critics were once tastemakers, but that's a wrap since the internet. Stan Twitter culture doesn't understand that. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it flopped or it was bad. The upside down shot was incredible. Suicide Squad is way better than Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't like Nicki Minaj's attitude, but I'm not going to lie and say that woman's last album didn't chart, because it did. Endgame was a nightmare, had critics acting like it was good. Critics aren't unbiased. I think part of why so many are harder on DC is because those heroes are icons and more well-known and established. I feel like the weakest part of the film was making an all-powerful magical spirit the main villain instead of the Joker. Viola and Will were fabulous. The Joker was originally the main villain, but he didn't test well with audiences. And like him and Harley took up like way more time in the movie, and he was like abusive to her. But like audiences didn't like that. It didn't test well because they just wanted to see like, I don't know, some fun and some jokes and some shit blowing up, because that's what they would get if they went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. So some 80s catchy pop tunes. So they like scrapped all that shit after they filmed it. And you can like find all types of like stills and shit floating around from scenes that we never saw. So at the very last minute, they like cut out the majority of like the Joker scenes, and they totally redid the plot to like make the Enchantress the main villain. And you can tell it was like very like copy paste. Endgame was a mess of plot armor and holes. Endgame was a disappointing orgasm, if that makes any sense. No one really knew Iron Man, Thor, the Guardians, so the MCU got to set the stage. Kingpin holding a banquet in honor of Spider-Man after he killed him is in such poor taste. The critics hated John Carpenter's The Thing, which is a classic. Oh, Zoe Kravitz voices Mary Jane here. Mary Jane was like, I just need more bread. Disney has monopolized the industry. She looks the same as his MJ. Disney has a monopoly on everything, so it's not a surprise they can pay for good reviews. If you don't review their movies well, they won't let you review them anymore. Like, there have been, like, reviewers that have came forward and said that. Like, if you don't give their movies good reviews, the next time they drop a movie, they'll be like, oh, but don't send an advance copy to The Guardian. Let them wait until the movie comes out. So they have, like, they're at a disadvantage for clicks. I feel like Disney owning Marvel helps with the bias in their favor, especially with critics. Yeah, I think Casey Affleck was caught in some shit. He was, right? I heard he's a sexual assaulter. He got caught up in some mess. Casey Affleck, I believe, was guilty and won an Oscar. Brie Larson, who's an anti-rape advocate, had to give him his award, but noticeably did not clap for him. I know something happened. Something happened. Either he raped somebody or he was like messing with underage girls. It was something weird with Casey Affleck. Just like how Thanos is the MCU's biggest villain, the critics and obsessed-ass cult MCU fans are the DCEU's biggest villain. They literally receive some of the most unreasonable criticism by far. I will never forget seeing people complain about the amount of people that they were like, how many people did they kill in Man of Steel when they are like bringing down buildings? I was like, in the first Thor movie, they literally like set a whole entire like town on fire. Even though it's like a little small town or whatever, but they like destroy a whole town. Like, they destroy mad shit. Like, they destroy a lot of shit in those movies. But like, I never saw that criticism of like, how many people did they just kill? Until Man of Steel came out. Like, how many people do you think that they killed in like Pacific Rim when they're like having those fights? A lot of people. I have never heard that criticism made in my life before. I love this dimensional interruption animation. My family feels like I'm a hardcore Disney stan. Sometimes I feel like it, but these live action films Disney keeps cranking out are really making me disillusioned to the Mouse Corporation. Disney has done some projects that I will always love. Like, I love Alice in Wonderland. I love Peter Pan. I love a lot of the old stuff, the really old stuff. And then, of course, like the Disney Renaissance stuff that we were all raised on. But as a company, no. Hey, we're watching Into the Spiderverse, but it's almost at the end now. Hopefully the Witcher buzz will push DC for Man of Steel. They are brothers, Queen. Ezra Miller is garbage, is Barry Allen. Disney is hella problematic. They own too much shit, and they're responsible for turning a lot of young girls that came up through Disney into mindless. I thought Suicide Squad was a great movie. I love this black costume. Ezra as the Flash was just sad. And I don't know why Ezra Miller has like stands, because he has like hardcore stands that were like, we want him as the Flash. Even though Grant Gustin said he wanted to be the Flash in the movies, and he's great as the Flash. And they were like, no, Ezra Miller. And I was like, why? I've only seen him be great as Kevin Kachadorian, who's a serial killer. I don't know. I love that they're cheering him on and rooting for him. I think he was a okay Barry Allen. That's it. You hard-boiled turtle slapper. Jesse Eisenberg can be the Riddler. I wouldn't mind that casting. DC is Black Lightning. Y'all talk about Ock taking the hits. Yeah, Will said that he couldn't do Suicide Squad and Aladdin at the same time. This was just like a statement. So then they said they were going to do Idris Elba, but then people said they did not want Idris Elba as Deadshot. And so that he's going to be like a totally different character. He's not going to be Deadshot. Spider-Man is super strong. How is she taking those punches? Jennifer Lawrence ruined the continuity, and they also wanted to have cameos from like recognizable characters that we knew in a plotline that was totally different than the plotline we already had established. I hate when people fuck up continuity. I really have like a pet peeve. I will never forget seeing the fucking X-Men movie and they try to throw in fucking Hugh Jackman as Logan at the end. I was like, wait, hold the phone. No, this makes no sense now. Now I'm watching nonsense. Like, people really don't understand how like plot holes and like continuity errors really fuck up your movie and will fuck up like everything in your whole series. Cause now you have me watching something that makes no sense. Officer. This animation is wild. I love Miles. Oh, look, he hugged his dad. Bye, Divine Hag. Yay! I missed you, I think, but I'm glad you feel better. DC is going up against Disney, not Marvel. Thank you for your bravery tonight. I love you. Wait, what? What? I hate Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique. She did a horrible job. Jared Leto put the movie in bad taste with his jokey shit. I love the original X-Men. It was annoying to me that they gave her that character. Queen just reached 1.5 billion streams. I hate the way the trailers and promos look. It looks like Harley Quinn and some chicks. And you know the boy in blue, once you pointed out that there's only one hyena, now every time I look at the posters and the promotional material, I'm just like, it's Bud and Lou. Who is that? Is that Bud? Is that Lou? Why is there only one? I'm confused. What's happening? Now I'm like looking with this face. Best Buds. Ant-Man from the MCU is super forgettable, and I wish they did Hank Pym instead of Scott Lang and showed the reality of domestic violence. To do Birds of Prey without Barbara Gordon is disrespectful. I want all the uncut versions. I want Zack Snyder's Justice League cut, absolutely. And I want the uncut Suicide Squad, absolutely. Like, at least show us the movies that they were supposed to be. Where's my Oracle? Bring me my Huntress and Black Canary. I'm Spider-Man. Jared Leto's Joker wasn't that bad. DC isn't made to be like Marvel, which is why the whole universe thing didn't work out. DC is mostly R-rated content, while Marvel comic stories vary in ages. Capitalism played in Marvel's favor. I really like these ending credits for this movie too. I heard that Jared was hella disappointed because he thought that his version of the Joker was going to be epic. I like Jared Leto's Joker also. I thought he was good. But I also kind of feel like they copy pasted, like, we really didn't even see his full performance. So I kind of feel like, that's another thing that it became cool to do. Like, say how terrible he was. But, like, how much of his Joker did we even really see? Because the way that they, like, cut it up. But what we did see, I liked. I thought that his Joker was a really interesting interpretation of, like, a mob boss. I liked it. It was different. It was more modern. In the first Avengers movie, they destroyed Lower Manhattan. In the first Avengers, they destroyed half of New York. I hate the costume design in Birds of Prey. No one is serving anything. In Avengers 2, they leveled hella shit and tried to say nobody died. Ultron was a trash movie. Too many characters and subplots. It also wasn't Superman's fault. He was trying to stop the bad guys. I hate when people like Bruce blame him. I'm just gonna let him hate. I gotta elevate. Nikki did some voice acting on Steven Universe. She did a good job. I don't watch the show anymore, but it would be cool if she came back. My ultimate is a Little Mermaid, but all this rebooting and remakes turn me off in general. Disney Monopoly. Grant is a good Flash. DC in rumor is thinking about using one of Fox's sub studios to do R-rated films, but they're still unsure due to the public's reception of Disney being kid first. I was just gonna say he'll always bring Kevin with him to any new character for me, so I'm biased. Talking about Ezra Miller, Kevin Kachadorian. Nikki did voice acting also in the Angry Birds movie. No, Idris Elba. People said they didn't want Idris Elba as Deadshot, not Ezra Miller. That would have just been weird. I love Miles' relationship with his father. Officer. If you hate continuity F-ups, then you must hate Tyler Perry. I don't watch Tyler Perry's movies. I'm not, like, opposed to them or anything, because I know people are, like, against them, but I really... Listen, I will be in the theater and I see a continuity error. I will literally be like, how did that just happen? Like, I hate continuity mistakes. So she's been doing voice acting. Onika, that's great. After X-Men Apocalypse, I wanted to fight J-Law. Jennifer Lopez too. But Jennifer Lawrence getting cast in, like, all these movies and all these things is, like, a prime example of, like, when you just have, like, a hot, recognizable name, they will throw you in anything. And they threw her in, like, X-Men while she was, like, still hot. But, like, by the end, she was, like, cooling off. And people were like, why the fuck did y'all cast Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique? But when they cast her as Mystique, it was like, oh, Winter's Bone and Oscar Buzz and Hunger Games and this and that. And she was that girl. I don't like her Mystique, however you spell it. How did he not kill her when they freed him? He can always recognize her by scent. Her shapeshifting can't fool him. Mystique is my favorite Marvel character, so the beef is real with J-Law. Ant-Man movie is trash. Fight me. I don't think there's any meaning. That's just their names, Bud and Lou. Bye, One-Eyed. I hate when people change gears out of perception. Be true to your vision. more money on movies by re-releasing extended versions in theaters, especially if they don't do well. It could bring in a whole new audience when people are like, first one was but the new version is sick. And people have been asking for director's cuts of Suicide Squad and Justice League for years. And I think Zack Snyder might have confirmed that there was a director's cut of Justice League floating around, and people want it. This movie was great. I could always watch this one. These visuals, the voice acting, the music, the story. This movie was awesome. Who's my favorite Joker? Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker. And then after Heath Ledger, my second favorite Joker is probably Jared Leto. And then my third favorite is Jack Nicholson. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? But like Jack Nicholson and Jared Leto are like neck and neck. They're like neck and neck. Those are like my top 3 Jokers. I know everyone loves Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's great too, but those are my top 3. I also like Jared as the Joker. It fucked up Game of Thrones. The consistent lack of respect for plot into the books has poisoned the show creators for me. I'm never going to make an effort to see anything with their name attached to it. I wouldn't know a thing about Jared Leto's Joker. They showed so little of him. Yeah, they cut a lot. I'm still down for Zack Snyder's Justice League cut and the original Suicide Squad cut, and there were so many nods to the source material in both cuts. So sad. Yeah, they let the audience... I mean, like, I get it. Like, the screen audiences and the test audiences are there for a reason, but they, like, way overreacted. Like, the audience didn't like it. Let's, like, just cut everything. Like, you don't have to cut everything. Snyder recently spoke and said his director cut for Justice League had all of its creative changes done, but not the actual film. We won't ever get to see it. If Superman had done nothing, they would have terraformed the Earth and killed everything to recreate Krypton. The Little Mermaid is the only Disney live-action film that I'm planning to see in theaters. It'll be my first one, too. I saw Maleficent, the first Maleficent, the one that, like, started all of them. I think that's the only one I've seen. I think that's the only one I've seen. What else came out? I didn't see Dumbo. I didn't see Beauty and the Beast. I didn't see Cinderella. I didn't see Aladdin. I didn't see Lion King. I didn't see Maleficent 2. Why is there a Maleficent 2? Jennifer Lopez 2. Yes, all the Jennifers. Jenna's Mystique confused me. Spidey bells, swinging through Midtown. I want this Spider-Man fucking Christmas album, and I want to eat at TGI Spidey's. Franchise. Dark Phoenix was a great standalone film, but it didn't fit none of that franchise. I was in the theater like, oh, we're just gonna throw away that she was always the Phoenix. I didn't see it. I heard it was horrible. And Dark Phoenix is my girl, and I was about to watch them do her like that, so I wasn't gonna watch. Why can't they bring Dark Phoenix to the big screen? Because X-Men 3, where they tried to show Dark Phoenix, was shit too. Like, and they did such a good job of teasing Dark Phoenix in X-Men 2. X-Men United. X2 is such a great movie, and they really did a good job of teasing Dark Phoenix. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they can't bring Dark Phoenix to the screen. The big screen. The silver screen. I didn't like any of those X-Men creative choices. She was Xavier's sister, also in love with him. Mystique could be played by anyone, because she's a shapeshifter. But Hollywood always casts another white woman. A little text might have been nice. I like Tyler Perry's work pre Why Did I Get Married? Post is meh. It's not a goober, it's a gizmo. Multiverse time jump. I don't know if you guys kept the credits going and saw this post-credits scene. Earth 67. Also, I would like a black woman to play Mystique's character. Her character often is read as black in the comics and animated series. It's in mannerisms and voice. You're being very rude. Y'all want Rihanna in all the roles. Heath Ledger was fantastic, and how many people were against that casting. I really enjoyed Jared's Joker interpretation. I thought it was really fresh and unique and modern and interesting. And I always liked the idea of Joker as like a mob boss. And it was nice to, which they've portrayed in the comics. And it was nice to sort of like see a modernized version of that. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It worked for me. I love Jack Nicholson's Joker too, and he's the classic. But, I mean, and they're neck and neck. They're like 2A, 2B. Heath Ledger was fantastic, and how many people were against that casting? I really wanted to fight her after watching the first X-Men. I don't even think she's a bad actress. She was just not good enough in that role. Jack Nicholson's face was basically created to be the Joker. Ori. This movie was too perfect. Every time I watch, I pick up on something new. But I have to pay attention. Can't watch the chat or I'll miss stuff. Yeah, well, I'm glad we watched this one. This is a good one. I love this movie too. I'm just like that. Something terrible in a movie could take me right out of the movie. After credit scene. Maleficent 2 was good. You liked it? I only saw the first one. I didn't understand why they were doing a second one. What was the plot? I saw that trash live action Beauty and the Beast. Maleficent is that a completely new Disney franchise. She is Snow White's villain, but they basically gave her her own franchise with Maleficent. And then when they saw that Maleficent as a live action did really good, they started to do live action everything. I want to know who exactly are these test audiences they be playing this shit to. I did not like Maleficent. She was too nice. You're gonna have to open up an interdimensional portal. Seriously though, Dark Phoenix is one of the most iconic stories in comics history. It makes no sense that it hasn't worked. Brett Ratner happened. The first 2 X movies were Bryan Singer. Dark Phoenix was an epic, but it wasn't a total bomb. Definitely better, more closer to the comics than the other film. They don't put in the work for a Dark Phoenix movie. You have to do the regular Phoenix saga first, but they never want to put in the time or effort. They were going to make Dark Phoenix into 2 films, but the whole Disney Fox deal destroyed the direction of that film. They're still deciding to release or not release New Mutants now. No, Prince should have been Two-Face. Prince should have been Two-Face. Hi, Alyssa. We're almost done. They did Dark Phoenix dirty by casting the girl from Game of Thrones. This post-credit scene was funny. We just finished Into the Spider-Verse, Alyssa. We just finished. You're pointing at me! Don't blame Sansa. I don't think Sansa Stark was the issue. The real issue is that none of the movies have ever felt like the X-Men truly. X2 was the closest. The plot was more money. Yeah. Yes, not Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. Yes, sorry, Sleeping Beauty, Ori, yes. The plot was that, in fact, the story of her being a villain was made up by this queen to defame her and magical creatures so she could systemically destroy them. Dark Phoenix never worked because these writers are incompetent. The third X movie wasn't that bad, but they did Jean wrong. I agree they should do a Phoenix Saga first. Build up Jean as Marvel Girl even before that. Maleficent then discovers she is not alone and comes from a whole species of her kind. Oh, like fairies? Like they all have wings? Children of the Phoenix, which was great to see. New Mutants whitewashes all the black people and needs to never come out. Beast was so good in X3. It takes time in order for the Dark Phoenix saga to have the gravity to be impactful. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty is Maleficent. I would like a Jubilee movie. I'll never forget how they did Storm in X3. Give Storm a good wig. Storm, they treat her horribly. They did Jubilee dirty. I like Bad Bitch Maleficent. Maybe I'll give Maleficent 2 a try. I liked Maleficent, but I just felt like, why a second one? I don't understand. But if you guys didn't think it was terrible, maybe I'll give it a look. Well, we just finished Into the Spiderverse. I'm glad we watched that. It was really good. Haven't seen that in a while. Though mistaking Sleeping Beauty for Snow White does exemplify how Disney just recycles that gimmick. They also used to recycle their animation templates. The Jungle Book was used for Robin Hood. Yeah. And now they're like cranking out these fucking live action. It's like hard to remember like who was in what. Next week is Barbershop 3. Barbershop Next Cut. Barbershop 3 is what you guys voted for next week, which I haven't seen in a while, and I did like that one. It used to be on Netflix, but I'm not sure if it still is. But I feel like Maleficent will be something you will enjoy, but won't be in a rush to see again. What's my X-Men character, Chris? And then we'll be out of here. Probably Jean. I always liked Jean. And I even loved her as Dark Phoenix. I mean, and Jean is like, basically has like unlimited power. Like, especially when she's Dark Phoenix, she can do anything. She's like an Omega level mutant. So, I always liked Jean Grey. And I really liked Famke Janssen playing her. I thought she was really good. You like Rogue? Rogue can't touch anybody. I would be scared that I would like accidentally fuck some people up. I know she could take control of her powers later on, but I love Jean. No, she's not Jean when she's Dark Phoenix, but I also love Dark Phoenix. Like I always loved Dark Phoenix. So I would say Jean / Dark Phoenix. I love her powers the most, even without the Phoenix. Yeah. Bye, Alexia. Bye, everyone. So, next week, Barbershop 3, the next cut. The upside to Disney X-Men is for Rogue to jack Captain Marvel's powers. Y'all keep talking about Rogue taking Captain Marvel's powers. Well, let's see if they go in that direction. But it would still be fucked up because Rogue should be Anna Paquin. And if I can't see Anna Paquin taking Brie Larson's powers, I don't want to see it. See you guys next week. Bye.